Hey guys, welcome back to Techno. I'm Phil Torres with Lindsay Moran and Cara Santa Maria. Now, Lindsay, in your piece, we met one of millions of people who have a limited ability to speak, and technology is there to help them. Cara, in your case, you're about to tell us about somebody who knows that in the future, they're going to lose their voice.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in. Lou Gehrig's disease or ALS, maybe throat cancer. There are a lot of degenerative conditions in which you know you're going to lose your voice. And a new program called My Own Voice helps you kind of capture the essence of your voice so that your unique characteristics shine through. Let's check it out.
I was diagnosed officially in July of 2014 with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
31-year-old Angelina Fanous is a reporter for Vice Media.
In the simplest terms, you completely lose all function, but you feel everything and you're aware of everything. So it's like getting trapped into quicksand and losing a little bit of yourself every day.
What kinds of symptoms are you dealing with?
Now I've lost most of my fine motor skills. It's almost impossible to type. That's frustrating.
Perhaps the most cruel loss, the ability to speak.
What about your speech?
I do notice that my tongue's starting to twitch, which is a sign that, the muscle is looking for that signal from the brain and it's not getting it.
How would you describe your voice now?
I was born in Egypt. When I came to the US, I learned English watching TV, specifically The Simpsons, with the closed captioning. My speech is probably just run-of-the-mill, Midwest, what you hear on TV. Kill the only guys you have left. Are you trying to get through the day with less sleep?
To prepare for the inevitable silence, Angelina is recording the 1,500 sentences for a revolutionary text-to-speech program called My Own Voice. It creates a synthetic voice that will capture the essence of her speech.
Why did you think that that would be a good idea?
Actually, at first I didn't think it was a good idea. Could you write another script for us? Your voice and how you communicate and the cadence in which you say sentences. I'm gonna completely lose that. So that's why I can't be excited about a robot voice. His reaction to the article? Yay, now I'm actually done. That's exciting.
Maggie Mahoney is an assistive technology speech specialist who's evaluating My Own Voice.
A choice of shoes to wear. He's big the way water buffalo are big.
So what I love is that the sentences literally make no sense.
No, because with these phrases, they're getting all of those sounds that they need. It really builds the base of the voice on the grammatical rules and the pronunciations. But you'll never hear these sentences again. The software is gonna take all the sounds and chunk them all out.
Vincent Poggle, the head of research at Acapella, the Belgian company that designed My Own Voice, explains how it's done.
Let's take the word impressive.
Impressive.
It's made of different chunks that are glued all together. Imp actually comes from the word impossible. The second chunk comes from the word president. And if I take the last chunk, it comes from the word detective. Glued all together, those sounds of English are going to create the word
impressive.
An ocean away from Acapella in Venice Beach, California, Angelina's ready to hear her synthetic stand-in.
Let's see what robot me sounds like. Okay, so the sentence I typed in was, I came here expecting cupcakes. I have very little expectations for this. I came here expecting cupcakes. That's kind of creepy. Because it sounds just like me. Except the cadence is a little bit off, but the actual tone is exactly like me.
Then Angelina tried another sentence.
This will say, hello, I'm Angelina, and this is my robot voice.
Hello, I'm Angelina, and this is my robot voice.
Yeah, it sounds a little awkward. It sounds like I turned into a robot.
I also wanted to hear robot me, although I only recorded about half the required sentences.
And as a refugee from college, oops, I screwed that up. We'll try that one again.
So the following week, when I logged in to get my voice, my expectations were low.
My dog's name is Killer, and I'm going to call him.
Killer. Here, boy. Come to your mama. Killer.
He's not impressed. I don't think he's coming. Killer! Come here, baby boy. Oh, he doesn't come when I call him either. Killer!
So a lot of people don't realize that actually the first synthetic voice was made for Stephen Hawking by IBM. So that kind of robotic voice that we're used to hearing, it's in some ways we identify with him, but not everybody would necessarily want to sound like Stephen Hawking, as brilliant as he is, especially if you're a woman.
Or even like Heather, which is the synthetic voice that most female users have right now, because then you just sound like everyone else.
I think it'll be interesting to see where this technology goes, because even in the cases of Sarah and Maeve, now they have their own unique voices, but they're appropriate to a 9-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl. So what's going to happen when they age out of those voices?
And you know, this idea of voice donation, of blending the sounds you can make with a donated voice, or voice banking, this is a technology that's existed for a while. It's amazing, but I don't know if the technology is quite there yet.
You know, to have your own voice, there's a lot that goes into it. It's the size of your lungs, it's the shape of your throat, the muscles in your tongue and your face. All of these things are quite complex. So it is understandable at this point that a software, this synthetic thing that is not a human, it struggles to sound exactly like us and to sound natural.
Maybe 1,500 sentences isn't enough. Maybe what we could be doing in the future is taking every recording we've ever had and blending it into a voice to use for posterity. That's a cool thing about living with modern technology. There are recordings of everybody because we use our phones.
You know, here on the show, we've met people, like in this case, who are trying to make life with these conditions better. We've also met scientists and innovators who are trying to cure these conditions. So there's really two battlefronts here. Really interesting stuff today, guys. Thank you for your stories. That's it for this episode of Techno. We'll see you next time. Dive deep into these stories and go behind the scenes at aljazeera.com/techno. Follow our expert contributors on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and more.